Welcome back. As a part of the previous lectures, we understood the different types of the joins. If you really look at any space of life, either it's a personal, professional, or you are going through some of the technical problems, we do face challenges. Giants do have challenges. As a part of this lecture, we'll understand what are the challenges in giants and how do we tackle them. Any idea? Can you think of what may be the challenges using the giants? And giants are giants, right? What may be the challenges? Okay. The challenges are, one of the challenges which may appear to be challenge is how do we really join on the complex types, and how do we handle the duplicate column names. This may be the challenges which may appear to be challenges. We will see how those challenges are and how do we tackle them. Coming to the complex types, whenever you may have a complex types as a part of your data frame, means either array or a map or a struct as one of the field, how do we really join them? This question may arise in your mind, but our approach is, whenever you are having a complex data types as your data frame, treat that same as that of other data frame. So, what Spark assumes is any expression is a valid expression, assuming that returns a Boolean value, like whether a expression will evaluate true or false. We will see this with an example as a part of the practical, then it will be a bit more clearer. Coming to handling of the duplicate columns. As we know, handling of the duplicate columns is one of the trickiest things whenever we do joins between the two data frames in Spark. What may be the reasons we may get the duplicate column names? One of the reasons would be the join expression that you specify may not remove one key from one of the input data frames and the keys have the same column name. That is one of the reasons. The second reason being, two columns on which you are not performing the joins have the same name. These may be the possible reasons which may result in duplicate names in the resultant data frame of a joins. How do we really approach handling the duplicate columns? There are some ways which we are covering as a part of this lecture. There are many other ways you may encounter as and when you tackle them as a part of the project. One of the way is use a different join expression itself. The second way is dropping the column after the join. The third way is renaming a column before the join itself. Let us see them one by one. Whenever you have two keys that have the same name, one of the easiest way to fix that in a Spark is change the join expression from a Boolean expression to a string or a sequence. If you change the join expression from a Boolean expression to string, that will automatically remove one of the columns when you are doing the join. For example, here instead of specifying the join expression, we are specifying the name of the column which is duplicate. That automatically fixes the duplicate columns. The next approach is, what we can do is, when we join the 2 data frames, if you feel there is a duplicate column name emerging as a part of the join, drop the column after the join. But when we are doing this, we need to refer the column via original source data frame. Okay. We can also do this if the join uses the same key names or if the source data frames have columns that simply have the same name. For example, here what we are doing here is we have a person data frame, we have a graduate duplicate data frame. So, we are dropping one of the column called graduate program. As I indicated here, we are referring this column by the original data frame. So, that way one of the duplicate columns would be dropped in the resultant data frame. How about the next approach? It is very simple. What we are suggesting here is we can avoid this whole issue of the duplicate columns if you tackle them before even you join the data frames. What we will do is we will create a new data frame by renaming the column and use the new data frame with the data frame which you want to join. So, that way before even you join the data frames, take one of the data frame, rename the duplicate column name and use the new data frame with the another data frame to remove the duplicates. Wonderful. These are the different challenges which we can see as a part of the joins and how do we tackle them. Thank you.